EpicSkillshot supporter alongside Lee D-Man Smith and Wicked, of course, after that win versus Fnatic with Alliance. Very impressive win. Tell us what the plan was in picks and bans. Finally, the Karthus was open.
Well, we have been practicing 2 strategies this week, and we got every single pick we wanted for one of them, so we were incredibly happy at the start of the game.
But what did you make of their bans? Because I could see you clearly laughing the moment Trundle got banned out.
So we were doing pick and bans before the game started, like for an hour. And I kept telling my team for 15 to 30 minutes, I think we should ban Trundle, guys. He's really annoying to play against. And then my team disagreed with it, and then my team banned it instead, so I was really happy.
And so you picked an Aurelia for the top lane when the Renekton was already locked in, which could have been pretty disadvantaged for you. So why did you want to go for that pick?
Aurelia never lets me down, so I just had to pick her. And also there's a guy in the crowd with a sign, so I had to do it for him.
Well,
So-
next time he has the sign with Teemo on it.
Yeah, I want to ask you, because we were a little confused upstairs, the fact you did pick it into Renekton, Aurelia, but you feel it's actually okay.
Well, it's a really bad matchup, but we didn't care about the early game, as you saw, like a lot of our lanes lost and so on. We only cared about getting to the late game because our composition was superior.
So you say it's a bad matchup, and then you went for those level 1 shenanigans, losing your teleport. Tell us about that.
Well, I was thinking I'm going to lose my lane anyways, it doesn't matter, so we could perhaps snowball the bot lane. We tried it in scrims a few times. We managed to get a kill every time in scrims, which we didn't do now, so it kind of sucked. But it worked out in scrims, so we wanted to try it.
So obviously the curse is now broken, it seems. Where does Alliance go from here?
Well, to be honest, I would like to thank Millennium for breaking the curse last week, because without them, we would never have been able to win today. So thank you, Millennium.
So tomorrow, again versus SK Gaming. You guys, what do you make of that matchup? It's always a hard one.
Well, SK at the start of the season, I thought they were going to be quite weak, but they have proved themselves to be incredibly strong, and the teamwork is like incredible right now. I think they're like a team like Rocket, where they focus a lot on teamwork and they do everything together, and they're really phenomenal at that. So it's going to be a hard match.
Now you guys obviously, like you say, you went 1-1 last week, could possibly go 1-1 or 2-0 this week. I spoke to all of you guys, pretty much, other than Tabs, I think, after the show last week, and it was very different answers from every single player. You're obviously all in the gaming house. How is the team right now as a group?
I think we got different opinions on how to play the game, which we just need to work around. We need to learn how to play with each other and stuff like that. But everyone have a really good mood, and everyone's really happy. Playing together, we're having fun, and we practice a lot, so I think it's going to go good.
What about you personally playing the game right now? We know that you love to play a lot of solo queue. You think that really helps. How is it now? How are those opinions in the team on what you should do?
Well, right now we scrim for 7 hours, and then we play solo queue for 3 to 5 hours, all of us. So I think that's a good way to do it, because you get some scrimming, but you also get some time away from the team where you can just stir around, do whatever you want, try some new stuff that might not work out at all. So that's good.
And how's it going with Shook? Because obviously we took a lot of abuse, the fact that he was sort of on a dip, but he's been pulling out the Wukong lately, playing amazingly. Everything seems to be working between him and Froggen so far.
I think Shook is a new player who just needs some experience in the competitive scene, but he was never bad. He never really did bad mechanical zone. He made some mistakes, which was thought process, but he worked a lot on that, and he's playing phenomenal now, so there's nothing there.
What about the evolution of your bottom lane? That's also been going through a little bit of trouble in the beginning.
Well, our bottom lane had to get adjusted to each other. They didn't have much time to practice before, and it's taking a little time, but now they play amazing, and they're just doing what they need to do.
And what do you believe Fnatic have to do? You know, they are now on, what, 0-8 after going 7-0. From your point of view, obviously, you've been down the bottom, but you're chasing them effectively. What do you see that they've got to change in their game?
So, for me, Fnatic have always been the best team in team fights, in late game, split pushing, catching people off guard, and just killing people over the map. And right now it seems like they're not really playing as a team, they're just playing individually, and that have always been the weakest point. I think individual have not been their strongest point. They're always focused on the team fight, split pushing, and just their map awareness, and they're not doing that right now.
And obviously they pulled out the double AP comp before. Is it something you maybe have thought about going with?
So, I don't think the double AP fits me very well. Like, I'm not the best AP player. I think everyone knows that. You know that. Shox knows that. But I think it fits Source, and he should stick to it because he does well. Like, sure, it might not have worked out in some games, but neither does Bruiser sometimes. And I think he's a really good AP player.
All right, very interesting. Finally, I'd like to pick your brain on the next matchup. Coming up, SK versus a super hot crew. D-Man.
For me, it is a really tough one to call because these are two teams that have been on crazy win streaks. Super Hot Crew are, what, 4 wins in a row now or something crazy like that? SK Gaming, they had that stuttering step against Alliance last week, but then they took down Roccat in amazing style. For me, I think SK may edge it, only just though, but this is going to be one to watch for me.
Wicked.
I think it depends a lot on bot lane, because I think on Superhot Crew, Masterales and Mixer are playing really well, and I think it comes down to how much they can snowball the game.
All right, very interesting. Well, thank you very much. Congratulations, of course, Wicked. And now we're going to go back over to Joe and QuickShot.